Is the market wildly undervaluing Ripple the company, its XRP holdings? Typically, open and free markets, you're not going to beat them. They're not going to be this off. The collective mind and such globally is going to typically be correct, but crypto is interesting. It gives us these asymmetrical bets that are almost impossible to turn down. And, I think I was wrong personally when I looked at this issue, and the solution was so eloquent, and I was unable to rebuke it and say anything. Then, yeah, I think markets are wrong here. So we're going to get into it. When you look at Ripple, the company, their balance sheet, of course, you have their escrow holdings, just this massive amount of XRP. You have a ton of cash, $1 billion in cash, some really strategic and valuable investments. Of course, you have their vertical businesses, payments. I've been critical of that business, but I think it's going to turn around. It hasn't been, in my mind, cash flowing anything. I think they've been paying to build this out, but they may be turning the corner there. Irregardless of that, you also have their young but growing and lucrative custody business, and of course, their newly launched stablecoin, where if they get traction, that thing's going to be huge. And when you look at the value of Ripple right now, it trades at a steep discount just based on its XRP holdings. Forget all the business. You get all the businesses for free, those investments they've made, and a big chunk of their XRP. You get all that for free when you compare their current trading value of that company. And I've always said, makes sense. If Ripple wanted to, even if it wasn't in the escrow, they couldn't sell the whole amount on the open market. It would be a massive discount. We've heard from Bob Boy back in the day. Even Ripple themselves discounted their XRP holdings compared to market to a great degree for that reason. And it just made a lot of sense. And sometimes making sense can get you in trouble because, you got to adapt. You got to go with the times. You have to update your theses. And I think we're stuck in an old, frame of valuing things here. That might have worked. That might have been appropriate 10 years ago, but this asset has traded year over year over year, trading billions of dollars a day. XRP ain't going nowhere. And so the point that was made to me is this: MicroStrategies. Does the stock in that company, does it trade at a discount compared to the underlying Bitcoin holdings? No, it trades at a big premium. It's pretty wild if you think about it. And it doesn't matter if you like Bitcoin or XRP better. The mechanics here are the same. Both companies have, a huge holding in a cryptocurrency that's been around, that has massive value, that has constant trading volume. And should we value MicroStrategies that uses a lot of leverage at a premium based on their crypto holdings, but Ripple that has next to no debt and these actual very lucrative businesses that can have massive growth, should they trade at a massive discount compared to the XRP they hold? And if so, why would that possibly be? And I don't have an answer for you on that. And I think the answer is they probably shouldn't. Now, I like the crypto more than I like the equity in Ripple, even though, after that person making that point to me today, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But I still like the crypto better. But even with that being said, I don't own any Ripple stock. If we see Ripple, the company, go up significantly in value, they're just going to be that much more powerful, going to be able to grow and expand that much quicker. And it's just going to bleed back to XRP, the ecosystem, and it's going to help all of us. So, I'm not sure. Let me know down below what you think. But yeah, I think there might be a massive problem there, and that we probably should treat MicroStrategies and Ripple, the company, very similar. And that would mean that Ripple, the company, is probably wildly undervalued. And you would have to up them to the market value of their crypto they hold, and then also their businesses as well, and their assets and their strategic investments. And there's just so much stuff here. And whether you're a Ripple shareholder or someone in the XRP ecosystem, I think both would benefit there if there's a big problem. There just might be. Again, let me know what you think down below. All right, we see this Ripple CLO, Stuart Alderati, calls for closure of the SEC lawsuit on its 4th anniversary, and it is time. He's saying the Trump administration pretty much day one needs to resolve this, and they need to start with the Ripple lawsuit because they've been harmed the worst. And this ecosystem, the XRP ecosystem, has paid the ultimate price. But even from there, they need to roll off. In any case, that's not a fraud case, that's not someone that had inappropriate conduct, they need to go ahead and clear those cases out. Because it really isn't fair. If you were to ask any attorney before the Ripple lawsuit, they wouldn't have told Ripple, you know what, just sell on the open market and you're fine. Like, if they knew that, that's exactly what they would have done. They wouldn't have sold XRP at a discount in an illegal, fashion. That's much more difficult. And so it's just the confusion of we don't have clear laws. It's the same thing with Coinbase and Kraken and, a lot of these very big court cases. Let's clear them out however you can, whether hopefully a settlement, but if not a settlement, just drop the cases. And then let's get to work on some frameworks here. And hopefully Congress can write some laws. Ultimately, that's what we need. But until that can happen, let's find a way to work together, because your Ripples, your Circles, your Coinbases, they're going to follow the laws, and they will work with the SEC and with regulators to make sure they are compliant, and we can build clear laws from there. So important, and I think it's going to happen. We see where this space is going, and that's one of the bullish undertones of 2025. We get a new regulatory regime, and I think it's going to be off to the races. Speaking of MicroStrategy here, they have this proposal where they want to go from the authorization for 330 million to 10 billion shares in the company, and then also preferred shares from 5 million to 1 billion. So they're looking to issue a bunch of equity on the market here. And at first I thought this would dilute your holdings, but I guess it wouldn't, because the new buyers would be paying a much higher price than you did when you bought your stock. I guess it would work. My question is there an appetite for this? Because I think what's been driving the value of this company is their use of leverage, which is quite dangerous. We'll see if this goes through or not. I have a feeling it may not. All right, Crypto.com. This is a company that I've been critical of in the past, but they level up with a U.S. custody service. And I think we'll see. It was tough in the prior environment for a lot of companies to survive and thrive, but the ones that do get across the finish line here, I think they might be quite popular and do quite well. Let me know down below if you use Crypto.com. I have an account. I don't really use it much, but maybe they're coming of age as well. Now, recently, I did a poll and I asked, should I start a Kraken account or an Uphold account? And it was close, but it seemed like Kraken was the winner. So I went with Kraken, and I started I started a business account with them, a corporate account. And the setup was so easy and it was so clean. And so I reached out and I partnered with them. And I have a affiliate link down below. If you're interested in a new account, be it an individual or corporate account or something like that, hey, I've had a good experience so far with Kraken. It was pretty cool onboarding experience here. Lastly, I thought this was interesting. Crypto RS pointed this out as an old post. And this person says, a friend of mine sent me this prize structure for a StarCraft. That's a video game for those of you out there that don't know, this StarCraft tournament from 2010. And I can't stop laughing. Look at the prize pool here. First place, $500. Second place, $250. Third place, $150. Fourth place, $100. And places 5 through 8, they get 25 Bitcoins. I mean, that's where you want to be, 5 through 8. What an amazing structure. Now, most of the people 5 through 8 probably didn't keep those Bitcoins. I'm sure they sold them off at some point. But if you did, I mean, you really won the grand prize of all grand prizes there. It's funny how quickly this space moves. And a lot of times when we're in the thick of it, we don't see the future, even though it's right in front of our faces. Let me know what you think down below. As always, please like, please subscribe. The revolution will be televised right here on Jungle Link.